Hey folks, Matthew Boxler here. I am in El Paso, Texas right now, and in the middle of an Access Consciousness Foundation. And during break today, we found out that there was a shooting at a local Walmart. And I believe 17 people were shot and 8 people were killed. And I just drove down to get some more manuals and some other stuff, and I just wanted to share a little bit on what else is possible when, you're in this global economy of wild change. And I say economy, it's the energies of everyone's intensities are starting to change, and you can't control anything anymore. And how you can use this to your advantage to actually contribute to the planet you live on by being a different energy. What would be a different energy around this? Well, let's look at the energies that most people are experiencing right now and how that works. It's like, I'm just downtown. It's a good distance away from where the actual event occurred, but there's still like an intensity and a tension and people contractions and vigilance, like thinking, how many people are still projecting that it only gets worse from here? And more of this is going to happen with their worry and their what shall you call it? Worry. Worry is like a very powerful tool where you actually recreate the past by contracting around something and making it real. So, tools for today are really starting with some questions. What if you ask a question and said, well, what energy can I be to contribute to a different possibility with this? And when I say tools, these are tools from the Access Consciousness Collection, and they're here to help us all have more kindness and more playfulness and more nurturing of each other. And when the intensity of madness is happening in our world, wherever it may be, this absence of the nurturing and the caring and the playfulness, you are actually the only person that can change these by having these tools. And what I mean by saying that is this: when you're willing to have that kindness, caring, and nurturing and creative generation, even in the midst of what seems like total havoc and things you can't control and people dying, do you change the world around you? I know it's like a big question, but when you're willing to not have to buy into, oh my God, this is happening, oh my God, this is going to happen some more, and you be the space and consciousness of you, does it change the world around you? Is that how you actually contribute to a different possibility in our world? Because, my friends, if you're not receiving the intensity of changes that are happening in the world right now, then you have to cut yourself off and move yourself into a bubble and try to, barrier yourself up from all these things going on. But hey, people, they're happening. They're happening on a number of levels. And are you willing to be the magical change that you truly came here to be in this lifetime? Are you willing to be the kindness, caring, nurturing, happiness, and these energies that create your life and give other people hope that they can create their life just by being in your presence, just by receiving the choices you're making? And this, I'm going to call this word sexualness that we've been talking about, this kindness, caring, generative, creative, and nurturing energy. How many of these people at the Walmart shooting actually, they've just been missing that? They can't find it. And you can be the invitation to it by being it for yourself and relaxing outwards and instead of focusing on all the problems of this reality? Are you willing to start creating more than this reality's ever been willing to actually acknowledge was possible? Are you willing? Are you willing? And you being that can change the world. So in the meantime, because there's some pain and misery and angst going on here in El Paso. Would you be willing to contribute that energy now? Would you be willing to help heal the changes and the choices that are happening now for people in El Paso by being this generative energy of sexualness? And that term, it actually isn't a word, sexualness. It's a word that was created in the Access Consciousness community because there was no word for this energy of like a newfound child, a baby just coming into the world. It's just like, woo, I love this. Oh my God, I've got a body and I've got fingers and I'm playful and I'm having a good time. And how many of us have forgotten that energy that I'm calling sexualness, which doesn't have anything to do with sex. It has to do with this kindness we're speaking about. How many people have forgotten that? And if you would be willing to expand out and just pull that energy in and be that energy, it's the greatest contribution you could be to changing all the insanities that are happening in the world. Hope something on this video helped you. Thank you all so much for listening, and contact me anytime. I've always got a few minutes to talk to any of you, and I hope you are the person that's willing to be you that changes this even more now and in the future. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.